Hey guys, this is Casual with the NerdHammer.net Battle Report. I was looking through my archives. I didn't realize I didn't put up round 5. I swore I did it. I swore I put it up. I couldn't find the video, and so yeah, we're going back to Crossroads GT here. This is round 5, and I feel awful because this is actually played against a subscriber, and for me to not have it up in a timely manner, I feel awful about it. But here's the report anyway, and let's get going. I'll do my best to remember everything that happened. Might be a little fuzzy, but I do remember some key points, so we'll go through it. So this is the left side of my deployment. I got my Seekers. I got the Skull Cannon. Yeah, right, Skull Cannon. Soul Grinder. I'm not sure why I put him that way. I think I just wanted to fit him in, get him close to the general. I don't know. I have no idea. My unit of Demonettes. I have the Keeper tucked in behind a single beast. I'm not sure why. And there's this building in the center here, which is kind of annoying, but you can't enter buildings in this tournament, so I think I actually deployed them in that building, or they're going to go into it the next first turn. On the right side here, and of course Duncan wants to say hi. I have my Soul Grinder in behind two Furies, Beast, and my Seekers out here on the flank. And my deployment might look weird, but when you see how he deployed it, it kind of makes sense. He has all his bolt throwers here on the left side. Well, he has 3 bolt throwers on the left side and warlocks. And then everything else is center to right side. So, yeah, he has a big bus of Dark Riders here. And in here, he does have a Master. I think it's a level 4 of Death and a level 2 of Death. I could be wrong. It's been a while. He has a Cold 1 unit right there. Small unit of Brolocks, another unit of Dark Riders in behind, and a decent archer size or crossbow size unit. I think it was about 18, 19, 20 of them, and then another bolt thrower here tucked in the woods. So yeah, I brought my Furies on this side because if I need to chaff up his Dark Riders and whatnot, I need to buy some time to let my magic go off and to get the Soul Grinders in position. I like the Soul Grinder flame templates in this game because Warlocks, they're not going to get a ward save against Slanesh, and everything's toughness 3, so that strength 5 template, it definitely helps. And my Vanguard, I'm just moving up here, getting in range of his bolt thrower, hopefully to charge at first turn. Vanguard on this side sees the same thing happen, and his Vanguard moves. I think he was pretty conservative with him. I think he was just kind of shuffling his lines around. Yeah, in fact, there's one of his Vanguards right there, bringing the whole bus up. And he does get first turn, so he's positioning everything as such. Going to take some shots at the Seekers. Cold One's just kind of reposition himself. I think he's gonna sit back a little bit and use his magic and his bolt throwers to whittle out my lines. I think that's a good play. And you see the center of his line looks like this with a blurry picture, and then yeah, he brought his whole bus over here to protect his war machines and get better situated with his caster. So yeah, an interesting move. So it was kind of interesting to see how he set up on one side, and now he's kind of moving the whole flank on me, trying to get on this side. So yeah, it's just that dance, and it's kind of the dance you got to play against Dark Elves. You're not going to pin them down. You're not going to get them into combat if they don't want to be. So yeah, let the dance begin. So he goes ahead and casts something on his level 4, and it was something small. It might have just been, I don't know. It was a small spell. I think he rolled 3 dice and he miscast. And not only does he miscast, he blows up. He does get sucked into the void and takes almost his whole entire Dark Rider unit with him. Yeah, that's for all this planning and strategizing we had early in deployment and through Vanguards, the dice gods do what they want to do, and so that's not the way you want to start off the first turn. Whatever spell it was, it does take off some of the Seekers here, and I think that it was a Soul Blight, and it reduced their toughness. So, magic missile and through shooting takes off 4 of them. This side, same thing, shooting takes off about 3 Seekers. That's okay. I only need 1 or 2 to get in there against a bolt thrower. I should be all right. Blurry picture, turn 1 Demons. So I'm really not afraid of anything in his center here with the Keeper, so I'm just going to push up, threaten that bolt thrower and threaten the back lines, get in range for Cacophonic, and just make her a threat. I mean, there's really nothing here that I'm afraid of in combat with her. Maybe his master, even his master, I don't care, because she is the Eternal Blade and she's going to go to town. You see, I reform my lines a bit. I bring my my Furies over to chaff in a later round. Bring a Soul Grinder up. I'm looking to get close to here. I know he's gonna be moving side to side or doing whatever he wants to do, and I'm just gonna try to get the flame templates down. He's down to under command, so he's not gonna get a lookout serve for the templates and no string 5s. I'm hoping can put in some work with the rest of his characters that are in there. His BSB's also in that unit. The right side of the board looks like this. I do make the charge with the 2 remaining Seekers into the Bolt Thrower, so that's awesome. And my center lines, I do pull these guys out of the building now. I'm kind of wanting to split his force in half, isolate the right side, my right side, and then take care of his characters and everything on the left side. With how much he blew up and losing his level 4, I'm up in points. I'm really just going to try to clean up those smaller units that I know I can clean up. The Warlocks don't have a lot of place to go. The Cold One Knights, I know if I get the Keeper in there with a Soul Grinder, I should win that in the grind. But yeah, so that's how it's looking right at this moment. And then the Reign of Chaos goes off. Okay, so Reign of Chaos result was the Slaanesh result, so I got to roll a d6 for every Slaanesh unit not in combat. I roll a 6 for the Keeper. So I'm like, alright, well, it's a small template, and only in the center is its strength 9, and if it scatters at all, it's only strength 3. Like, yeah, no big deal. So roll the scatter, doesn't scatter. So now I'm taking a strength 9 d6 wounds on top of her head, and yeah, she died. So he lost his level 4, and then I lost my level 4 in magic, just from the Reign of Chaos table. Yeah, I even took a picture of it just to really hone it in there. Wow, what a way to start the game. So, like I said, the best laid plans just get absolutely annihilated when it comes to the dice. I mean, you know, what can you do? So after combat here, I do lose 1 Seeker, but I do get to overrun and get into his crossbowmen. Yeah, they're not going to last, but at least that might suck up a round of shooting. On turn 2, Dark Elves. So over here, yeah, he, you know, takes the Cold Ones to my single beast. He'll make short work of that beast, but you know, that ties him up for that turn. And then he pulls up the Warlocks to chaff up my other Soul Grinder. I think that's a good move. I don't know what the Warlocks will do otherwise, but he's just trying to delay, you know, keep my Soul Grinder out of the Cold Ones. You know, beasts are pretty amazing. You never know; they could just stick around somehow and manage to stay there. And then he didn't want to get countercharged by the Soul Grinder. So yeah, that's a good move. I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with those locks. I'm just going to be probably forced to take the Soul Grinder into it, or he's going to flee, and I have the Fury, so that's really going to push him if he does flee. Yeah, so that was a good move. Over here, he brings up his 1 Dark Rider that he had left and puts it in front of the Soul Grinder, chaff him up. It's a good move. He joins the rest of his characters into his lock bust, at least give him a lookout serve for at least 1 turn. Yeah, pretty smart play there. And he's still in a charge arc, but I mean, he realized once he can get his Dark Rider in there that it won't be an issue. And yeah, the Cold Ones make short work of the beast as expected, and the crossbowmen killed off the last Seeker. So what I decide to do, I take the Demonettes and the Soul Grinder into the locks. I'm hoping that you know, depending on positioning, maybe the Demonettes would break him there and stick, but I actually failed my restrain, and the Demonettes had to go after him. So that's unfortunate, including with a reroll, which seems insane. And the Soul Grinder just kind of stays put. On this side, I bring up my last Keeper my last Seeker to chaff up his Warlocks if he had any intention of coming into my Soul Grinder, which I don't think he did. And in the center, I'm just pushing my Demonettes up to the Bolt Throwers now. I'm not going to pin down his lock bus with his characters. No way, no how. So, you know, might as well get the points where I possibly can. So that's what I'm doing with the Furies. You can see his bolt throwers are taking shots at the Furies and, you know, trying to whittle them down because they definitely are a threat to the bolt throwers, in my opinion. Turn 3, Dark Elves. Yeah, he takes his he surprised me here, actually. I thought he was going to take these cold ones into my Demonette block, but I kind of think back of it now, and I think it was just the angle. Like, he would have been clipping and only getting one in, and I'm going to be steadfast, and then I'll be countercharging with the Soul Grinder. So I knew it was definitely a better choice. But yeah, he takes him into the Soul Grinder there, which surprised me. And then that's a great move because now my my Seekers or my Demonettes are way out of position. On this side, just staying out of the line of sight of the Soul Grinder. Yeah, he had no intentions of going in there, so he just decides to walk around him. And I had my Beast position that if he did go there, that maybe I'd be able to get a charge off, but we'll see how that works out. And then through magic, I think this was his level 2 of death with a Spirit Leech or something, but yeah, he completely wipes out the Soul Grinder. Over here, yeah, my Soul Grinder held up pretty well. He took off two of the Dark Riders, Cold One Knights. Man, it's been a long day. Yeah, so that fight went pretty well. I think I cheated him here. I was thinking that I thought the cold ones were like Demigriffs, where they just cause fear but not immune to psychology, which is stupid because now that I look back at it, that's obvious. So I think I still made him take a fear test, and that's probably why he didn't get any wounds through on my guy. So yeah, I apologize for that. I don't know what I was thinking. Round 5, you know, brain's gone by then. Over here, I'm taking off the bolt throwers. I got one. I'm overrunning into the other one. So just trying to get some points. And after combat here, yeah, now they start to go to work when they're not feared anymore. Does four wounds to the Soul Grinder. I take off another 3. I'm not sure how I feel here. If I lose the Soul Grinder, I'm really down a lot of points. I'm hoping that I can get my Demonettes into the rear there and save the Soul Grinder, but it may be too little too late. Over here, yeah, not much to do. He just brings his bus around. He's using magic. Take some shots at different things. Turn 4, Dark Elves. Yeah, he brings his bus closer now. He's gonna threaten the Soul Grinder if they don't make it, and I have my Demonettes over there. At this point, the game is definitely going downhill for the Demons. And the cold ones, they do pop. They do pop the Soul Grinder. So yeah, now I'm down a lot of points. I mean, between the 2 Soul Grinders and the Keeper, this would be pretty hard to come back from. So turn 4, Demons. The only thing I can do, I charge the rear of the cold ones, hoping I can break that unit. I need to do 1 wound. I mean, he does have his BSB nearby, and they have good leadership, so it's going to be tough. I bring the Furies over to chaff up his block, trying to give me another round of combat against his cold ones to try to kill them. After combat, yeah, we only got 2. He did enough to me in return, and he was able to reform. So yeah, the Demonette's just not coming through there. Turn 5, this is Dark Elves. He's bringing these guys up. He's going to rear charge if he needs them. Probably won't. And after combat, Demonette's actually did pretty well there. 1 cold one left, but he sticks, which is brutal. He brings this bus around that was probably taken, picture taken in the wrong order. And turn 5, Demons. I do finish off the cold one and turn this way. Either they called time or we just called it at this point because, there's no way I'm going to get that bus. I do have a level 1, but there's nothing I'm going to be able to do. He doesn't need to engage. He has the win in his pocket. This was a fun game. This was one that I walked away from and I'm like, what an awesome opponent. What a great guy. This is the way you want to end, a 5-game tournament with just a fun, epic type game with just crazy stuff happening. And he's a follower of the channel, which I absolutely appreciate. It is so awesome to be able to play people that actually follow the reports and know my game as well as I do. Yeah, it's awesome, and I appreciate you guys for watching. I know I haven't been putting out a lot of reports, and that's mainly because the games I'm getting a lot of UB games, and right now I've been just painting like a madman. I'm actually taking on some commission work, and the games that I have been getting have been tournament games. I have the whole Slovenia battle reports coming up that I'm going to rapid fire them out. I'm finishing them all up today, I'm hoping, and then I'm going to release them in a decent time frame. But there's a lot going on with the hobby. Nerdhammer, if you don't know, we actually did a podcast to prep for the Slovenia tournament. That might be one you want to listen to before you watch the battle reports coming up, just to get an idea of our thoughts. The podcast is not the best quality in the world because we're using TeamSpeak to do it and recording about 7 different people. But we are talking about the game, and it is Warhammer content. So if you guys check it out, you can go to nerdhammer.net and download it there. It's also on iTunes. I think you can probably search nerdhammer.net on iTunes, or I think we're going to call the podcast House Nerdhammer, kind of a throw to Game of Thrones. But hey guys, thanks for watching. I'm sorry this one came out so late. I swore I had round 5 up. I guess I was dreaming, but at the end of the tournament, they're doing the awards, and we're just hanging out, cheering and hooting and hollering, and they announce the average Joe, which is the person who finishes dead in the middle of the tournament, and it goes to me. I am average. Love it. It got me a gyrocopter for my awesome average finish. So yeah, that was fun. It was an awesome tournament. Crossroads it just does it so well. So if you can get on the list, get on the list as soon as you can, because it sells out so quick. The Northeast guys really come out in force for that one. So long-winded. End of the day, Slovenia coming up. Check out the nerdhammer.net podcast. Keep following us on our site. There's tons of stuff going on. And thanks, guys, for watching.